So last week I made a little comparison video between Wolverine and Leia Whitething, and honestly, did pretty well. I just want to thank everybody that checked out my video and commented afterwards about how much you loved it, or certain grammatical errors, which don't worry, I did see. And honestly, if you want to see some more Tōkon videos and Arxis stuff in general, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because you might tell between that last video and honestly, if you check my entire backlog of video essays, I think you can tell what I really like making content on in terms of fighting games, and that's like character analysis, comparisons, breakdowns, and like overall thought pieces just about like characters and how they're created. I just love making content like that. I think character design is super cool in fighting games, and I want to keep that ball rolling. Right now we have 3 videos planned that'll be weekly on Tuesdays hopefully, and it'll all be leading up to EVO Japan. The reason I'm leading up to EVO Japan is because that is the next time we have confirmed that Tōkon will have a demo, and most likely where we'll hear the next team announcement. So you can consider this video to be the last video cleaning up everything we got from the Arc World Tour. And then after EVO Japan, we'll dissect what we get from there, mainly Penny Parker, and of course, make thought pieces on the next team, which we'll also see next week and the week after from this video, where I'll make kind of guesses on what we're going to get at EVO Japan. Either way, there were still 2 other characters shown off like crazy in the Arc World Tour demo other than Wolverine, my GOAT. But the one I want to focus on today is Magik, as we really got a big scoop on how her portal system works, both with herself and her huge arsenal of projectiles, and how she's really more of like a set play mix-up type of character. Like Wolverine, there was a character I also did keep seeing pop up online of like, oh, they play very similar to them, or how the hell do they play similar to them at all? I don't understand you people. And this time around, it's not an Arxis character. It's Dormammu from Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, no, when I started making these comparison videos, I thought that every time I'd be comparing a Tōkon character to a past Arxis character. I mean, it seemed to be the trend. It makes sense. But no, this time around we got Dorm from MVC, and mainly for the flame pillar that Magik has, alongside the insane zoning options she might be able to have. Like, I'm going to hate dealing with these flame pillars sometimes, and the fireballs too, especially the fireball mix she can do that can pincer you. Oh my god. But hey, either way, you know the drill with these. We're going to recap Magik, we're going to give the rundown on Dormammu, and then figure out if these two are truly one and the same. Yes, one and the same, not one in the same, like I did last video. Again, I apologize for that grammatical error, but either way, let's get into it. Whew. Alright, let's start off with Magik. You might be convinced that with a stupid ton of projectiles that she might be a full-time zoner. Not really, I'm going to be honest, not really. Before we get into that though, let's get into what she does have in terms of projectiles. She's got a standard fireball and demon fire, which she can also pop in the air and moves like really fast. Like, you better have good reaction time trying to dash block on this buddy. And it helps that it's her projectile assist too, so you can just whip it out with anyone. She's also got her demon flame, which is her pillar, which based on strength signifies how close her fire it'll be on her, and if you can summon multiple at the same time. Also helps it's her unique assist. So cool, sick projectiles there. But it's in her portals where these things get really batshit crazy. See, she can summon her dark portals to pop out in front of her in the air or from far away. With this, she can truly make some crazy stuff happen. Like, she can delay the fireballs to teleport behind the opponent and rush in from the front for a pincer at the same time, or she can pincer with more fireballs or demon flames from the front. Her demon flames got less crazy mix, just auto-locking on wherever the opponent is after going through the portal, which takes a little bit, but that might help force the opponent to block on her so she can try to go for some high-low mix, which could be really cool. Actually, I'm talking a lot about these portals. I should probably go more in depth on them. So yeah, portals. She has options on where to summon them, as I said before, and you can even summon portals in the air, but you can only have 2 out at a time, so you have to be aware of that. That's not limited to your projectiles. As I said before, you could use them too! Like, you can go through these portals too. And the portals even get bigger to indicate that, hey, you can teleport now. From there, she has multiple options on where she ends up. It's not based on other portals that you already have on screen. She can go behind the opponent, in the air for an overhead, or even pump fake it in the front to make you guess. She even has a Rekka follow-up slash that she can do once she teleports out of the portals, which is really cool. You can see here she got not only some insane zoning potential with these portals and just getting fireballs all out there, but she's got a sword, which means she's got some easy mix to set up for close range pressure. Like the fact that she has a DP, which is obviously her anti-resist. I mean, what else would be if you have a DP? And like Wolverine, you can also hit this in the air. The crazy thing about this is if you hit this near a portal, you can teleport after. That means, for example, if you whiff a DP in front of your opponent, you're fine. As long as you have a portal in the air and you're close to it, just teleport. Just teleport and mix. You have a safe setup that if you whiff a DP, you're less punishable. And oh yeah, did I also mention that any of her sword attacks that she does near a portal can cancel into teleports? Because she's also got her quarter circle badge, which is like this multi-slice sword attack, which also cancels into teleports. And she's got supers too. This is pretty cool. You got Soul Sword Sacrifice, which is like this off-brand Maximum Spider looking thing that can also be done in the air. So be careful when fighting her in the air. And an install. Let's go. It's her Dark Child install. And what it does is allow her to get more damage on attacks. And the more meter you use to pop it, the longer the install will last. She can also cash this out on her true ultimate, Queen of Limbo. But you gotta actually think about popping it, as if you do pop it and say you whiff it, bye-bye Dark Child, no more! So, you gotta be smart about popping this ultimate or else you're gonna lose your install. Alright, that's a lot of magic info I just dumped there. You get it. She has some crazy set play mix-up games, she's got easy pincer setups, she's got easy block strength setups, but what's Dorm doing over there, you know? Ah, Dormammu. I love me some Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I keep seeing this man everywhere. And if Magik is the close range fighter trying to slice and dice you with her teleport mix, Dormammu is the one that's using his teleports and swifty air movement to run away and just spam a bunch of shit with projectiles. And he's got a lot of shit to spam. Let's see, this man has a 6H arrow that wall bounces, a flame carpet, a black hole that has the options of close, mid, or full screen summons, that's flight okay, a pillar that can OTG and has summoned instances like the dark hole, and that's not to mention, he's got spells! Specifically the dark spells, which are charges that he can input to call out spells, with the left hand charge for destruction and right for creation. Quarter circle back H is the input to unleash your spells, which changes based on how many charges you have, and there are a lot. No charge is this cool get off me tool. 1 destruction gives you a close range explosion. 2 destruction amps that explosion up, and 3 destruction just does this. A super fast explosion, full screen, can OTG, and can cancel into specials or supers if they feel like it. So, whew. And we also have creation. You get a flame spire for 1, you get 3 flame spires for 2. And then 3 gives you this full screen ground move that if hit, just stops the opponent from jumping for like 5 seconds. You can even combine the elements too. You can gain a meteor shower with a charge of each. 1 destruction and 2 creation, you get a stronger meteor shower. 2 destruction, 1 creation, you can set up an exploding flame pillar too, which is honestly really sick. Alright, I know that was a lot of projectiles and a lot of spells. You still with me? Dorm also has his teleport, which you input back DP with. It teleports him in the air either in front, behind, or on top of the opponent based on light, medium, and heavy. He's also got his sick flight mode, which gives him unlimited air dashes and air options too. And you got some really good supers. You got an insane beam super where you can fill the screen with fire instantly in his quarter circle forward level 1, chaotic flame. He's also got his slow ass fireball that'll just auto track on the opponent and force a lot of block situations with quarter circle back level 1, stalking flare, and finally his ultimate, where he just straight up sends you to the dark dimension before spitting you back out. And the fun thing about this super, it can OTG for a nice combo ender, and if you're quick to use flame carpet or his pillar after the fact, you can OTG off of this super to continue your combo. So he's got a whole lot of shit that can hit you and mix you with, and it helps that he has crazy mobility with his teleport and that flight to keep this in 20 likes, but also a shit ton of projectiles to keep the opponent guessing. Okay, now compared to my last video, I had a ton to talk about when it came to these two's movesets and how they play, which makes sense when you have more complicated movesets that effectively condition opponents and have a million projectiles, and that's where these two find some similarities. They both have some crazy set play that they can do in their into defensive situations, and with Dorm's teleport, he can go for similar projectile teleport setups like Magik will do, but only really with that 6H arrow that I mentioned before, since it's that fast. That teleport is also Dorm's main way of closing in on the opponent, as teleports will always place Dorm close to the opponent in the air. I imagine too with the Flame Pillar they'll have similar set play or mix options with that. Plus, I already know Magik's OTG setups and mix after will be insane just like Dorm, but I'm gonna be honest with you, that's really all the similarities I got. They got pillars, they got teleports, and they can fill the screen with a bunch of bullshit with Dorm spells or Magik's portals, but feels like how these two are using their similar tools couldn't be more different. I think we need to address the elephant in the room, and that's Dorm really doesn't want to enter close range on you without setup. Sure, he's got his teleport and that sick flight mode to close in on you, but once he's actually there, it's very easy for Dorm to crumple if he doesn't already have a hard knockdown or something set up to get him in safe, like with his Stalking Flare. You see, I really didn't mention too many of his normals, save from that arrow and that Flame Carpet, and that's for good reason. The reason being they suck! These moves are slow, and it's slow in Marvel vs. Capcom, which means probably on a deathbed. So, yeah, it's kind of rough. And you might say, well, what about popping an arrow or even a dark hole to get in? And sure, I mean, those are some good options. They only really work when the opponent's already dealing with a bunch of bullshit on the screen from Dorm though, and even then, most times this will lead to a close range block string that Dorm still has to find a way to break. It's vastly different than how Magik is playing her game, especially since any of her strike attacks can be canceled into portals. That means she's constantly trying to set up portals to either mix you from behind by storing fireballs and then going for a pincer with those, setting up her Flame Pillar to auto-lock through the portal to force block, or even mixing her sword specials through portal cancels into side swaps. It's much more of a fast paced where's she gonna end up type of deal with her, just with the addition of fireballs and pillars that are enough with her portal game to make her a set play owner in some situations. Plus, there's the mechanic of Dorm spells, and the fact that he has to constantly do resource management on that. Trying to think constantly in a fast paced game like Marvel and the different combinations of destruction and creation on the fly can be rough, which is why it helps for Dorm that he's constantly playing keep away with his projectiles and trying to set up those hard knockdown situations to get those charges. And the runaway of his flight dashes too is how he makes the space to try to think for that. For Magik, I mean, she's just putting fireballs and portals and swinging. While I imagine the stuff we'll see from Magik players when this game launches is going to be absolutely insane, it's not the same like 3D chess level gameplay that you have to play when you gotta mix in different spell combinations with the other projectiles that you already have. It is rough. Whew. I did the same thing in my Wolverine video. Whenever I get to the differences, I start to rant a little bit and I go very fast paced. But in my opinion, again, these two honestly couldn't be more different from one another. It feels like they both started at a similar starting point with Dorm's projectile set play and zoning capabilities, which we do see a little bit in Magik, especially with that projectile set play. But again, it's how they use the similar tools that pushes these two into entirely different directions. For Dorm, they're trying to keep you away and zone as much as possible, and if they get the hit on you with a dark hole or a spell or a pillar, that's when we teleport or dash in to capitalize, kind of like a hunter waiting for prey to take some bait. Meanwhile, Magik, she don't give a She's using those fireballs and pillars to help her either get in or to force the opponent to block so that she can set up her offense. Plus, she can cancel out of her offense into that mix if she gets close to her portals to keep the opponent guessing on her next move. Up a DP? Doesn't matter! I'm next to my portal! I'm going for the teleport slice! I don't care! So yeah, these two are set play demons. But while one is zoning you out and playing safe, the other is mixing you like crazy until you mess up either on block or you're just gonna get hit. I imagine a lot of commentators, including myself, are gonna be watching Magik, and the first thing we're gonna say when we see her pulling some shit is gonna be like, yeah, I got hit by that. I got mixed by that. Either way though, I know I'll be checking out Magik. I hope you enjoyed another little analysis comparison video. This is going to be my last one for a little bit because next episode, I want to start dissecting who's going to be on the next team that we're going to get at EVO Japan. Mainly on a focus with the Fantastic Avengers, so look forward to that. That's who I imagine we'll be seeing the team up next, but I'll throw in some speculation on Doom and Ghost Rider's team too, just in case it's them. But either way, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think and other content you want to see from me. I'm down to do anything Tōkon and Arxis and Tag Fighter. Those are my favorite spaces, and I hope to see you guys next week for that little speculation video. But either way, deuces!